She's a really different character for me than I've played before, so you know, that alone was enough. And I loved that she's just all about boxing. You know, this is just her whole world, and I love being able to immerse myself in a world that I don't know that much about, and I haven't really come face to face with yet in my own life. And that was definitely boxing for me. So I got to educate myself. When I first read Southpaw, I thought it had a lot of heart in it, and I also thought it was really gritty. You know, I know there's a lot of boxing movies out there, but speaking to Antoine and Jake, you know, I got a sense that, you know, that they were both really passionate about the sport itself and the psychology behind it. And that, you know, Antoine's really passionate about boxing. He boxes himself. So I could tell he wanted to bring that energy, that passion and interest that he has to the screen. And, you know, even before we started shooting, Jake was so dialed into this character. So, you know, with those two at the helm and kind of the heart and the fire that was already there on the page, I just thought it could be really something really special. Maureen's kind of tiger mom a little bit. I mean, she's mama bear. You know, she doesn't want anybody coming anywhere near her family. She's super protective, maybe to a fault even. You know, that they didn't have parents growing up, and they know what it's like to live without that kind of love. And so I think they're fiercely protective of it and want to give her as much of it as they can. And I don't think they always know exactly how. Like you know, I don't know that anyone really taught them, so they stumble a little bit at times, but I think that makes them really human. And but yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about family and making sure everybody's safe. Jake, I mean, in terms of playing Billy, it's just been, you know, I think it's going to be such a revelation. I mean, I don't think it's, you know, he's obviously a great actor, but, you know, I've never seen him quite like this. And I know, you know, I mean, this Billy Hope is a brawler. And I know, you know, you think of Jake and you don't necessarily think of that. I think what 50 has brought to the part, which has been so great, is he's brought a real warmth and charm and playfulness, so that, you know, like Antoine calls him the devil in disguise, which he is, but he's not coming off as a villain. He's you know, he's part of the crew. And I think that's really important. I think those lines are often blurred. Una, who plays Layla, is she's just been extraordinary. I mean, I've kind of never come across someone that young who on screen is so wise and so grounded, which is such an interesting juxtaposition to Billy and Maureen. You know, because it's kind of cute because they don't come from that at all, and yet they've birthed this really kind of responsible, smart, and level-headed child. So I love that difference that's come out. And yeah, and Una's just been fabulous. I mean, she really understands the character, and she's bringing so much more to it than is even on the page already. So she's been, you know, just such a dream to work with. There's going to be boxing scene in this film that hasn't quite been seen in this way before. It hasn't been shot quite like this before. I think they're staying mostly inside the ring, and it's really tight and close, and you really feel the violence of it, which is so great. I mean, I think there's been so many made. How do you reinvent the wheel? But I feel like he has with this. And then on the other side of things, you know, there's that violence, you know, that he's bringing to it, and the danger, but also he's got so much heart and compassion. And so he's always tuned into what's going on with the family and where the love is and what's really important, what this family's trying to preserve and hold on to. So, yeah, just bringing in those two elements with such commitment has been extraordinary. And he's just such a kind person, you know. He's just such a great guy to work for, and he just puts out love. He just radiates it. When I first walked onto set was when we were shooting in Indiana in that stadium, and I felt like I was in a real fight. Like I felt like I was walking into Madison Square Garden. They did such a good job. The background was incredible. They were so into it, and just the lighting, and Lampley was there, and you know, who does the commentary for HBO for so many of the fights. He came out, and it was very realistic. It's got a lot of heart in it. I think it's not pulling any punches, you know, no pun intended. I think it's gritty, and it's fairly real, and it's about something that you know, that is real, that people really go through, and I think it's, you know, I've noticed that it's easy when you're watching it on TV to think it's a sport, but it's a way of life, and a really hard one. And so I think this movie gets that across, and I hope that, you know, people enjoy the characters too, because I think there's so many great characters in this film, and you know, and they each have their own thing to say. So, and also that the boxing's a little different. You know, I hope people enjoy that it's a new take on an old thing.
Hey there, Valerie here with another round of So You Think You Know movies, and today it's Star Wars. Did you know that early drafts of The Empire Strikes Back had Yoda named Buffy? Carrie Fisher never wore a bra when playing Princess Leia, as George Lucas said that there is no underwear in the world of Star Wars, and so no. And finally, Darth Vader's name was changed to Lord Fener in Italy because Vader in Italian sounds too similar to water, the word for toilet in Italian. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all the latest releases and movie news. Bye!